Good morning, everyone. Myself, Rubina, in front of you, back with a new video. Today, we are going to learn about database. Before getting into the details of the database, what is a database, why there is a need of the database, all these things, let us see what is exactly a database, how it has been emerged. Okay, so the things that you need to be knowing before getting the details of the database are, first of all, you must be having the idea of what is a data. What does a data mean? What is an information? What is database? Then what is DBMS? And finally, what is relational database? Right? Let us see each one of them in detail. What is a data? First of all, what is a data? A data is nothing but raw facts and figures, okay, that can be stored, manipulated, and updated. For example, a data can be like any information, any data that is without any proper guidelines. Okay, raw structure or raw facts and figures can be termed as a data. Let us see an example. Here in this image, you are seeing there is a classroom, there are students, there are benches, there are books, there is a teacher, there is a wall, there are walls, windows, etc. Right? So all these terms, whatever we are able to see, all these are objects, isn't it? So all those terms are nothing but the data. So data is nothing but raw facts and figures without any exact information, which is not giving you the mathematical expressions or values of that particular data. We are just going to get the information about this picture as there are few students. There is a teacher, there is a board, there are benches, there are chairs, there are windows, there are books in that particular image. Okay. So that is nothing but a data, right? So we are just getting some kind of idea that in a classroom all these things are available. So that is nothing but a data. Next, let us see what is an information now. Data that is accurate and timely. Now the data which is already available with you, it should be accurate in the sense it has some figure. Okay, it has some value, specific and organized for a purpose, presented within a context that gives its meaningful and relevance. Okay, which will give you the relevant information, exact data. Okay, and it can lead to an increase in understanding or decrease in uncertainty. Okay, for example, the weather forecasting is an information, the temperature is an information, the months in a calendar is an information, the days of the week is an information, right? Which has been reduced into some timely manner, which have some exact value, which has some figure of it. Okay, that is been defined as information. Let us see with an example now. Again, the same classroom example I'm considering here. A classroom with all these kinds of objects that we have seen in the previous slide. Okay. Now, how is this data transformed into information now? Whenever we are having the data available with us, that data is transformed into information with particular raw facts and figures with some numerical information with you. Likewise, we have a set of students, means proper number, numerical value is there with us. That is, there are 6 students in the classroom. There is a teacher, single teacher, one teacher is there. There is a board in the classroom. There are 7 benches in the classroom. There are 7 chairs. There are 2 windows. There are uh, so many books in the classroom. So all these things together is forming an information. So I think by now you have got the difference between what is a data and what is an information. Data is nothing but just the objects which doesn't give you accurate value. Okay, whereas information, the same objects which is giving you some resultant accurate value is being defined as information. Now the next thing, for us to understand is what is a database now. A database is a collection of information that is organized so that it can be easily accessed, managed, and updated. Right? So, a database is nothing but whatever the information you're gathering, that particular information can be organized, it can be accessed, it can be updated, it can be manipulated. For example, the files of your system, the formats of your system, okay, the sales transaction, all sorts of data that we are going through in our daily life, okay. Everything comes under database only. Example, a database of a student, a database of a university, okay, a database of the railway station, of the railway employees or the passengers. Okay, all these terms together is forming a database where we are having the information of so and so data which will be transformed into information. That information, when we are organizing into structured format for the time being, we will be accessing it. For example, how many trains are available today from Hyderabad to Mumbai? Okay, so this kind of information will be stored so that it can be retrieved as it is needed, it can be managed, or it can be updated in the later time, right? So this is called as a database. Now let us see what is DBMS now, why there is a need of DBMS, and why there is a need to study and understand about DBMS. A database management system refers to the technology for creating and managing the database. So what all databases you have created so far? It can be the student database, it can be the college database, it can be the bank database, it can be the hospital database, any kind of data that we are managing with the help of certain technology, which that technology help us to create the data. The technology helps us to retrieve it, it helps us to update, it helps us to maintain and manipulate all these things that can be applied on the available database, okay, with the help of an outsourcing technology, outsourcing software. That is nothing but DBMS. It is abbreviated as DBMS, and it is known as database management system. So a database management system, you can see in the figure, here we have a database. This is our database, right? And this is our DBMS. It can be a tool, it can be a software which is helping the database and the users. It can be an application, it can be a browser, it can be another database which is trying to retrieve the information from this available database. Okay, so DBMS is nothing but a tool, a technology that is helping us to retrieve our available data, to retrieve our saved information, to create it, to manipulate it, to update it. So this is called as DBMS. Now, there are many forms of DBMS available today, many forms of databases available today in today's world, in today's market. For example, sometimes it can be called as database, sometimes it can be called as an information storage analysis. Okay, petabytes is again a storage capacity, management software, technology, big data. We have ample of technology available today to maintain and create the databases of our whole universe. Okay, database is not only relevant to the educational or the academics basis, it is needed and it is applicable throughout the universe, whatever, wherever we are moving on this earth planet, everywhere there is a need of the database. Okay, now let us see what is relational database. Yeah, so far you might have understood the terms called as data. Data is nothing but raw facts and figures, which is not giving you exact numerical value or figure of that particular data, whereas information is giving you certain numerical information we have seen in the previous slides. Then later on we have gone through database. Database is nothing but collection of all the information or all the related data which is relevant to particular organization. Suppose classroom, student, teacher, okay, books, all these things are related to the college or the school or the university environment. So all this together forming a single database, we can name it as either a student database, either a college database, either a university database. Likewise, whatever database we have created so far, now organizing that database into some structured format. When we are reducing our database into some structured format in the form of the rows and the columns, which is typically called as a table, okay, when we are reducing our database from raw facts and figures to the rows and the columns, like this is an example where you can see some sort of information has been stored in the form of rows and the columns, where rows are called as rows or tuples, we have many terminologies used for denoting the rows and the columns, whereas columns are called as columns, attributes, okay, all these things. So it helps us in viewing the data. It is helping me to understand the table. What is it about? It has been listed few names. It is listing few roll numbers. By looking at the roll number attribute, I am easily able to understand that this is a database of the student whose names are A, B, and C, whose addresses are so and so, and whose cell numbers are so and so. Okay, which is helping us to maintain, which is helping us to delete, which is helping us to update all this information into the form of table. Okay, and we can relate and combine more than one database. Suppose this is my student database. I can link it with another database. It can be linked to the university database where the student will be fetching the university examination results. Okay. So at that time, we can link one database to the other as well. So in the coming videos, you will be learning about how to link the databases from one database to the other. Databases that are organized and interrelated to form RDBMS. Okay, what is RDBMS? Basically, when we are having the structured data that is organized and interrelated, means it is interrelated to each other, to the relevant organization or the platform, and that henceforth it is called as relational database management system. Now, why there is a need to organize all these kinds of databases? Okay, it's simple, it's easier to understand us, it is helping us to store our information, to retrieve it whenever it is needed, to analyze it. Okay, all these kinds of information is available for us, it is efficient for us. Okay, databases are especially important for any organizational sector. Nowadays, as I told you, it is everywhere needed. Suppose today we are making use of the online platform. No doubt we are on the online platform, but still there is a huge deposits of data even on the online platform. So it is no doubt used elsewhere. Okay, not only on the online, even on the offline data organizations, we are maintaining the huge amounts of databases nowadays. So it can be structured in this form. There can be a email available to you, okay, on your website, on your Gmail account. You might be going and visiting few of the websites. You might be sending and receiving few of the mails or textual messages. You will be able to see the timely management. You are having your own databases. Okay, so all these things, when they are structured together to form a single platform, is called as a database. So you can see now all these informations together stored in a single database, okay, relevant platform, right? Now, where is this DBMS used? So everywhere, as I told you, airlines, reservation of tickets, schedules of the aeroplanes and all flights and all. Okay, telecom industry, calls made, customer details, network usage, everything. Universities, registration of the student data, results, grades, etc. Even in the sales, marketing, products, purchases, customers, everywhere. Even in the banking and technology, transactions made, okay, all those kinds of information. These are just a few examples that I've considered, but it is being used elsewhere, everywhere across the globe. Okay, and here we are having few of the softwares that are available today with us to understand the need of the databases. So basically in the educational field we will be making use of either the Microsoft or SQLite. MySQL, highly recommended and easily used, easily understandable. Oracle, AWS, all these types of softwares are available to you today in the market. Okay, so here in the last figure you might be seeing there is a user. Okay, there is our database. Okay, there are other softwares that are available for us to write the query, retrieve the query information. So when the user is writing any of the queries, any of the coding for retrieving the information, the resultant outcome is being viewed in the form of the table or the information or elsewhere. Okay, it can be in the form of a picture, anything. So basically, to review the points, in this video we are trying to understand the basics of the data, how database came into existence, right? So database basically came into existence from the root term called as data. Then it has been restructured, organized into information with certain textual format or information, numerical data, right? That information is being converted or structured into a database where a platform is being considered, and that related data will be organized. It is just the basic need is to maintain, to store, to retrieve, to manipulate, to update, to delete. Any sorts of operations can be applied on the available database. So to this database, we need certain software called as DBMS, which will help us, which is a tool, which is a technology will be applied to make all these kinds of operations for creation, deletion, updation, insertion. Okay. Now, finally, when the available database is being redesigned in the form of the tabular form, that is in the form of the table, in the form of the rows and the columns, it is called as relational database management system. And as you have seen that we use our data across wherever we work, wherever we study, across everywhere, wherever we are presently working. Okay, everywhere in our daily life, in our daily routine, we use this kind of information everywhere. So there is a huge demand and need of database in every aspect of this world. So hope you have understood the basics of the data and the databases and the softwares that will be applied and used. Okay, so these are the few highly recommended and highly used softwares for learning the databases. Hope you have understood the basics of the database. If you like the video, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button to get the updations of the new videos, and don't forget to click on the bell icon so that you will be getting the notification of the new videos updated. Thank you so much.